Good morning, everyone. Thank you for waiting. So there were some tech problems. But everything was completely solved. So we are ready to go. Thank you for joining our service for Morgan Hill Buddhist Temple. So it's my turn to come here and have a service. So the spring season has come. The weather is getting nicer and it's more comfortable to do the outdoor activities. So in Japan, spring is the graduation season. So I have a nephew in Japan and who is 6 years old. And actually he graduated from kindergarten 2 days ago. Yeah, I want to show you the picture of my nephew. So he's can you see this? Yeah, he's wearing the special kimono for the graduation ceremony. So since it's a really small group, and it's like a kindergarten, so only 6 kids, but so he graduated. And then he expressed his gratitude to his parents. So that makes me that made me a little cry. But yeah, the family sent me the video of the ceremony. So the spring season is special in Japan, and he's gonna start the first grade in elementary school, local elementary school in our area in Shimane, Japan. So he's gonna start the new maybe year, new I don't know, grade year, yeah. So in school year in Japan, yeah. Which makes me really excited. So maybe I'm gonna send some stationery stuff from here for him maybe. Okay. Anyway, so we're gonna start the service. Our service will start from suture chanting, Sambujo and Jusege. If you have a book in your place, please join us. Read in chanting Sambujo and Jusege. Thank you. Please join me in the show. Namo Amida Butsu. 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 Namo Amida Butsu.
여붓는 예지 쓰다듬이 유쇼 강야구에리 도시사이쇼선 시강야고가 다이세오간노 오그쇼데니
So now I'd like to have give you a salmon talk. If you wouldn't mind, please show me in the show. Place your hands together at the heart center. Seeing the sentient beings of the Nembutsu throughout the world, countless of us particles in 10 quarters. The Buddha grabs and never abandons them, and therefore is named Amida. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Yeah, thank you very much for being here for the service. As I said earlier, it's become warmer and comfortable weather to go forward and then to the outdoor activities. So I found some sakura trees, cherry blossoms that have started blooming in the city. When it comes to sakura, cherry blossom, Kyoto has the beautiful place to enjoy sakura viewing called Arashiyama, which is located on the western outskirts of Kyoto. So when I was studying in Kyoto, I used to go to Arashiyama to enjoy the sakura viewing and the street food, such as like boba and takoyaki, that kind of things. So I have some like favorite spots to visit in Arashiyama. And one of this then is the Tenryuji Temple. So Tenryuji Temple was ranked first among the city's 5 great Zen temples, and is now registered as the World Heritage Site. And Tenryuji Temple is the head temple of its school with the Rinzai Zen sect of Japanese Buddhism. And there's a big and powerful cloud dragon painting inside. I want to show you, but I don't have a picture today. But yeah, the dragon in the ceiling appears to be staring at the viewers from whenever it is seen in everywhere. And I love this the quiet atmosphere of the Tenryuji Temple and a dragon painting, of course. And it is still a little a little bit scary though, but I like the place. And when I visited the Tenryuji Temple, I heard a story about the Buddhist priest of Tenryuji Temple called Gazan, who lived in Meiji period era, which is about 160 years ago, yeah, for now. Reverend Gazan loved kids. So every time the kids visited the temple for the services, he was so happy to see them and praise them a lot. Oh, you came here today. Oh, thank you for coming, like this. One day, after the service, Reverend Gazan said hi to kids and showed them a big candy jar. And he asked them to pick up the candies with their hands as much as they want, like this. So maybe like this big, this shape candy jar. And kids got excited and tried to put their hands into the jar to grab the candies. Some kids tried to grab a handful of candies to share some for their maybe friends or family. However, no matter how much they try, they couldn't take the candies out from the jar because the candy jar had the big mouth, but it has a narrow in the middle, just maybe like this, maybe. I want to show you the actual thing, but yeah, but something like that. So they can put their hands into the jar, but they couldn't pass through their fists, which is filled with the candies, because the middle part was narrow in the middle in the jar. They struggled to take the candies out of the jar, and then Reverend Gazan said, "Time's up." Kids seemed dissatisfied because they couldn't get any candies, and then complained to him. Then Reverend Gazan asked them to put their hands out in front of them, like this. Then gave many candies as their hands could hold. Reverend Gazan told them, the candies are not something you try to grab, but this is something you should receive with care and appreciation. That is the heart of itadaku, receive with appreciation. Before eating food, you may say, I don't know, but you may say itadakimasu. Itadakimasu originally came from itadaku, receive from the heart, receive with appreciation, with care. Because we receive the life or animals and vegetables to survive ourselves. Right? Same with the teaching of Buddha. This is not something we try to grab, but this is something we receive from Buddha with care and appreciation. Although Reverend Gazan was Rinzai priest, but I believe we Jodo Shinshu followers can learn something important things from too. We tend to try to get something we want in our lives, such as girlfriend and boyfriend, knowledge, health, beauty, money, houses and positions, anything, yeah, that kind of things. So we might try to work so hard and make great efforts to get them. When we get them as we wish, that is great, and we can live happily. However, on the opposite side of the same coin, we should know that what we got is actually something we need to let them go out of our hands and our life and our heart, our lives at the end of this life. No matter how much rich, smart, healthy, and nice you are, nobody can avoid this. Everyone needs to leave everything they got, and everyone they encounter in this life. I believe that Amida Buddha sees how we live and knows about our sadness in our lives, better than anyone else, even more than ourselves. That is why Amida Buddha didn't ask us any conditions to reach Amida's wisdom and compassion and grab the benefits that, but Amida reach us with the resonance of Namo Amida Nembutsu and embraces us as we are. Our founder Shinan Shoni showed that it is wonderful that we are already included in the Amida Buddha's wisdom and compassion through his Wassan hymn. Seeing the sentient beings of Nembutsu throughout the world, countless as particles in the 10 quarters, the Buddha grasps and never abandons them, and therefore is named Amida. Through this Wassan, our Shinran Shonin told us that we are nurtured to recite Nembutsu and be born into Buddha of the Pure Land by Amida's benefits. Saying Namo Amida Butsu is easy path. Anyone can say Namo Amida Butsu, even without reciting Nembutsu, right? You can think of the Namo Amidas in your heart. That's the easy way. But this is what we receive from Amida Buddha. But how many of us think it is great when we recite Nembutsu? We might be able to realize the true value of Nembutsu when we know how much Amida wishes for sentient beings of Nembutsu in 10 quarters. This is a story which I heard from a teacher in Hiroshima in Japan. He shared a story about his temple members who loved sake. One day, my teacher visited, there's a custom to visit the temple members' houses every month as monthly services. So my teacher has the same custom in his area. So one day my teacher visited the member's house for monthly service. He found that there was a brown colored envelope on the old man's family altar. The man shared the story of this envelope with my teacher at the time. This old man lived with his grandson, who was 7 years old together. One day, when the man enjoyed drinking a cup of sake during the dinner time, his grandson looked curiously at him, suddenly asking, "Hey, Grandpa, is it good?" "Yeah, it's so good," the grandfather answered. "Really? Are you sure?" The grandson asked again. Maybe this grandson might have asked his parents to give the sip of beer or sake a little bit and have tasted before, and he didn't like it. When I was still a child, since my father always looked happy when he was drinking a sake or beer, and I also had asked my father to give a sip of beer, and I thought it was a very bitter, and it was kind of acquired taste for me, a little me. But now I grew up and I enjoy the acquired taste with him. So that is why the grandson might have asked him again and again, because he was very curious about it, and he couldn't believe that Grandpa said it was good. Moreover, the grandson asked the grandfather again, "How much is it?" The grandfather wondered why the grandson asked him about the price, but he said, maybe about 300 yen or $3 in America. Then one day, after he forgot about it, it was the grandfather's birthday. The grandson came to the grandfather and gave him a brown envelope to him. When the man opened it, he found a birthday card in it. It said, "To Grandpa, happy birthday. And he also found 3 little coins. 300 yen was included with it together. This 300 yen was birthday gift from his little grandson to buy a cup of sake for him. When the grandfather saw these little coins, he ached for his grandson because the man knew the little son could get only 100 yen per a week from his parents as weekly allowance. So this meant that grandson saved his pocket money for 3 weeks for his grandpa. When they realized so, when the man realized so, he was so happy to receive such a thoughtful gift from his grandson. But at the same time, he thought that it was too valuable for him to use it and put them back to the brown envelope and left it on the family altar. He said he was so happy that he cherished that envelope as if it was his treasure. I have received a many gifts from many people, many friends, family, friends. When I received them, I was just satisfied to receive the gifts itself. But I wondered if I have also received their wishes and hearts for us, which were included in the gifts. I felt like this story made me realize an important thing. The important thing is to hear the messages and wishes for us from the sender. That 300 yen or $3 is not a very big amount of money for adults, but it is a 3 days worth of money for his grandson. When the old man realized how much his grandson put his heart into preparing the 300 yen for him, I guess that his value toward 300 yen might have become more than the original value, which the 300 yen had. When we see Nembutsu, Namo Amida Butsu, again, saying Nembutsu is pretty easy, but after contemplating the vows to make us attain enlightenment for the eternal the period of time, Dhammakara Bodhisattva, before becoming a Amida Buddha, devoted himself into accomplishing acts of Bodhisattva and became a Buddha. After hearing and understanding how much Amida Buddha put its heart into giving us Nembutsu, Namo Amida Butsu, we will know that this is not just a simple Nembutsu, but this is Amida's profound wish for each of us to make us attain enlightenment and assured us to be born into the pyramid. What we receive now, Nembutsu, Namo Amida Butsu, is Amida's wish has already come true and to each our lives. Receiving Namo Amida Butsu is of course, but hearing receiving the hearts and messages included in Namo Amida Butsu is also important. That is the Shinjin, assurance and trust from Amida to attain enlightenment, to make us attain enlightenment. Shinjin is to receive what Amida gives us, which is Namo Amida Butsu, and hear and receive how much Amida put its heart and make its effort into giving us Nembutsu, without any doubt, just receiving the gift. What do you say when you receive the gift? Yes, thank you. Let us express our gratitude for receiving Nembutsu. Please join me in Gassho. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Thank you. Okay, thank you for listening today. So sometimes it's still cold chili in evening time. So please take care of yourself and stay healthy, stay happy, and connected with each other. Thank you for joining us this morning for this service. I'd like to conclude this service with saying Namo Amida Butsu together again. Join Gasho. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Thank you. Bye.